What's up, guys? Eric Oakley and Chris Clemens back with DD Media. We're bringing you guys coverage of the Dynamic Discs Glass Blown Open presented by Latitude 64. This is one of the most covered events in disc golf. We have Jomez, we got Smashbox, we got Gatekeeper Media. It's amazing to see all this different content from the MPO field to the FPO field. So let's dive right back into it. We're on the back nine of round two.
Yeah, we had some good play on the front nine, especially from Eagle. The wind is super up today, 30-mile-an-hour gusts maybe, and Eagle's kind of making it look like there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
So here we go, hole 10. It's a par 3, 391 feet. If I remember correctly, I think this hole is kind of a headwind, so it's going to play pretty tough today. Mm-hmm. I think the play for a lot of backhand right-handed players is kind of throw something stable and just throw it flat right at the hole.
The wind was actually working really good for a sidearm play because it was headwind slightly right to left.
Yeah.
So you could throw it flat and allow it to not fade too much. At least when we were playing the hole. So it looks like it's a little down right now. So these guys are getting a nice little break in the wind, so they're able to kind of just throw normal shots.
Yeah, the wind kind of, I feel like at least for my front nine too, was very windy. And on the back nine, it kind of, I wouldn't say it died, but it was a little bit less. Here we go, lefty, big hyzer. I've practiced this play before, but not in a couple years. I remember throwing that a while ago, but that's a good play.
I wanted to be able to throw a sidearm, but then it's so daunting. That's a big shot.
It is very big.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
I mean, that's
long, but it'll have
that's
a
a tough break though. Like, he throws it so good with this downhill play. You think you've done everything you should, and he's got a 35-foot tailwind or downhill putt.
Yeah, and it's downhill. Wind. Yeah, landing in front of the basket here, you have that kind of backdrop, so you can kind of run stuff without worrying. Oh, I thought that was good. Chris is very, very good at those jump putts, step putts. Just kind of floated on him. And Austin does kind of have like a floaty, kind of softer putt. Is that his MD3?
MD5.
MD5, he's putting with that. Wow.
Discmania's Justice, Discmania's Gator, if you will. It's a nice overstable disc. You can trust it in the wind. It's lower profile, so you can actually still putt it pretty decently. So
yeah, you gotta have something like that for today.
Oh, absolutely. On to hole 11. Pretty routine hyzer for our right-handed players. Difficult shot for our lefties. It's again, this is where this gets very difficult because you're having to read the wind. You have to put it wide, but not too wide so it doesn't get back. Or if you're too tight, you're definitely going to flirt going OB left. It's, these par threes really just I don't know. I think they played just as hard as a bunch of the par fours and fives.
Yeah, it's a demanding shot, especially into the headwind. And Eagle played that well. He threw something really overstable hard and kind of aiming, by that big tree. And if you get a little bit of luck or a good skip, you could be inside the circle, but you want to make sure you're in bounds. I feel like a good play today is, kind of guarantee your par, and if you have birdie chances, try to get those.
Absolutely.
See what the lefty's going to do here.
Work for him, please.
If it flexes out. It looked like it was going so much further than that.
I think it got chopped down by the wind. But that was like, this is something that I will applaud Jamie about, is he's sticking to his game plan. He's trusting his stuff, and he's throwing some pretty aggressive shots. He knows he has the ability. I bet he's played in wind before in Texas and in the Dakotas. Like, there's nothing there to block the wind, so it's howling. Austin's goes out a little early. He made the mistake inside.
I mean, he almost skipped right 25 feet from the bucket, but didn't quite come back in bounds, he would have had a par putt. Wow.
Whoa. Is that good?
That's pretty good. But that was his regular putter, so.
In the tailwind. He had that ability to just kind of send it to the moon, and then it comes crashing down into the chains. Good bid from Chris.
And that's kind of what you want. Like, Eagle played that hole. He threw to the safe part of the green, ensured his par, and had a birdie opportunity. And on a windy day like today, that's how you want to play it.
Absolutely. We got a nice gallery building. This is third card. Between first, second, and third card, there were some incredible golfers, and this is what we want to see more at our disc golf tournaments, is just people coming out and embracing disc golf, just as we all appreciate. This is why we watch these videos. Why don't you come out and see it in person, happen live? So hole 12.
Hole 12. Oh, sorry, Eric. It's par 3, 314 feet. The wind here was kind of left to right tailwind. So if you throw out over the left, what Jamie may do, it's going to kind of smash your disc down. And so you really have to commit if you're righty, throwing that kind of turn over. And the Eagle threw it high, which seems like a good play.
That's
perfect. That's how you want to play it. Eagle seems to be on today.
Absolutely. And that is the mistake, is the playing it too wide, think you're going to get a push like you'd normally do on other days. It can be so easy because you want to avoid that tree, because that takes birdie out of the question.
Yeah.
So I get it. And these guys just kind of going over the top with some big sidearms and not letting it be in the equation. Not sure what happened to Austin's. We'll go see where his lie is. And that's a great play from
That's
Jamie.
a good shot.
He's really relying on that light blue disc. I'm not sure what disc that is from Pro Discus, maybe a Razory or something like that, but he's hammering on it.
Yep.
Trusting it.
You got to have something you can trust on a day like today.
Good hit
It's
from
well
Chris.
done. And he threw up the gut shot.
Yeah, we're getting to see some twos.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
nice.
Eagle's shown us a few, but we're getting to see the field.
Back twos for Eagle.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you want, especially, there's some hard holes on the front nine to finish, and there are some on the back nine. And so you want to get your birdies when you can. Got hole 13 here, a par 3, 394 feet. It's kind of similar to hole 11. You got to throw a big hyzer out wide. If you want to get inside a circle on this hole, you really have to push OB the entire way.
Yeah, this was a pretty ripping tailwind. So I saw a lot of players disking down to make this play happen, and it's I don't know. Again, this wind was so difficult to read, and if you did not commit fully to your shot, sorry, no chance.
Wow.
Goodness.
Seems like he barely even threw that, and he probably barely did.
Oh, and the follow flight.
Look at that.
Look at this
the wind
shot.
bouncing.
Chip, 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 chip. Oh, parked.
That's perfect.
Having played a lot of practice rounds with Eagle, he's only getting better. And it's, albeit selfishly annoying, but in a lot of ways it's really impressive to see, because I've seen him grow from such a young kid to an incredible adult disc golfer, and he's just feeling it.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel like, is what you need to be one of the top players in the world. You just feel it, you know what you're doing, you're throwing the disc the best you can, and the game becomes easy.
Right. This looks like a good line.
Stay good for him.
Come on. Oh,
Let's go.
Perfect.
Good break. Austin's earned it.
Yeah.
Earn it. He earned it.
He has. He's had some tough breaks so far, so he'll take what he can get for sure.
Right. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there was only one hole that we saw players early in the front nine that played under par.
Is a process where we can take just about any image and put it on a disc. Can we Dimax our love?
Well, yeah, we can Dimax that. Find out more about all the things that we can put on a disc at dynamicdiscs.com/Dimax.
Well, that was adorable.
We go hole 14, par 4, 751 feet. It's a really good hole. It was a pretty good tailwind today, so it's pretty attackable. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of throw a good solid shot. You got options off the tee. You can throw forehand, backhand, hyzer. Some people go roller. And then you can chip up to the green and try to get your birdie.
I think I saw U-Disc had Simon through an 852-foot roller OB long.
Wow. So he probably still had a birdie putt.
Yeah.
Here goes Eagle with the roller.
And it's just, I mean, it's still getting pushed. Like, that thing was almost flipping over once it touched the ground, and he's still way down there. And a pretty decent chance to get his birdie. Austin with the early release there. He's got such a good sidearm, so that's not typical for him. So he's going to look to correct off that and get things going for himself.
Yeah, if you hit something early like that, you know, the best you can really hope for is par. And par's not bad today, so you can still
stay up for him, please.
That's kind of what happened to my shot on this hole, too. It just got beat by the wind. So it's a pretty good tailwind today. So Austin, yeah, he can just smash a forehand and just get max distance.
And he does that.
Yeah.
I mean, he almost takes out Danny's ankles as he's walking through the fairway.
Yep.
Nice catch, Danny.
Goes Jamie. That's
Stay.
gotta sit. Oh no.
And that's that tailwind pushing the disc. Like he out of his hand, he probably thought that was very good, and it just kind of stays moving forward rather than hyzering out and getting that left action he was probably hoping for.
Yeah, that's a danger on this hole. If you get more off the tee, it's a little easier to come in and hyzer in, kind of like Eagle is. But if you're kind of further back there, you gotta flex something, and then you bring the OB into play.
Absolutely,
that's
textbook.
perfect.
And Chris's shot was also textbook. That tunnel gap is not easy to play, and I think he went mid and just, just served up a fillet.
Yeah, and Austin's doing well here. I think he's going to get a par after hitting the first tree. That's pretty good.
Be the one.
Ooh. It's a good run.
It's that wind. It's in our heads.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't, that flag wasn't moving too much, you're expecting some action, and there are times where you just don't get it. But a par here is fine. This hole was playing still pretty tough on the day, being a difficult par 4. But, man.
It might have been the easiest hole on the course today. Nah, hole 6 was. But yeah, I think this was the second easiest. Just because of that tailwind.
Yeah, it allowed you to get extra distance without having to do too much. But hole 15, back into the headwind, where we're going to be fighting it. This 438 probably played more like 515 today. It was really tough to keep the disc in bounds. It plays as an island, so if you don't come to rest on this island, you're going to the drop zone.
Yes.
And then that drop zone is also still into the ripping headwind, so it's not easy. Eagle taking a metal flake PD2 and just
pretty
crunching it. And I mean, does he throw far?
I've heard
Rumors of him throwing the disc quite far, and he comes up short on this hole. So that'll just show you how hard this hole is playing.
It's a good play by Austin. Yeah, this looks really good.
Get in, nice flare.
Oh yeah,
what a shot from Chris. He's very good. I think I said it the other day, or I've said it before, is I think the level of golfers we're seeing right now is better than we have in a long time, where you can go all the way down to 5th, 6th, 7th card, and you're going to see, we'll call it, Jomez quality golf.
Yeah, for sure.
And, those are the guys that are in, 30th place.
Right.
Give him
Do it. Ooh. Yeah, the fields are getting deeper. There's more touring players. It's just great for disc golf. More fans. It's just growing. Oh, boy. Yeah, he just kind of hyzered that one. Never got it flat.
MD5 putt. I think there was videos out there on the PDGA page of him practicing putting with just about everything in his bag.
Well,
just
you
to
can
get
tell
used to
it worked.
It's a good comeback from Chris. Also a good hit from Austin to clean up his par. And the card playing under par on this hole is very, very good.
Oh boy, here we go. Hole 16, par 3, 383 feet. It's an island, as you can see, and it was a tailwind today, so it would drop your disc out of the sky, but I'd rather throw with a tailwind than a headwind, personally.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to see what happens here.
Similar to what happened to Jamie's disc 2 holes back, what you can see happen on this hole is you can see players...
Is that a grenade?
No, that was a spike hyzer that hit the front side and just got so pushed. And that's what that's what I was getting at. Is there, you can throw this shot, it can be very good, and then it, instead of hyzering to get you there and slow you down onto the screen, it's pushing you long.
Here goes Chris with the golfer's play, playing for the 3. I feel like even the layup is tough in this wind today.
Be good for him.
Smash it, win.
Be good for him. Stop it.
Yeah, it's just so hard to land it on the green today with that much wind. You'd almost have to throw a putter and just come down and grab.
Yeah. Catch the front. And this is what the layup can bring into play, is you're having to throw a really, really difficult shot to the green in this wind, and if you happen to blow out the back like Chris has done, he's in 5 town.
Yeah.
And that's not where
For
you want to
sure.
be. Where the rest of our players are likely throwing it up, hitting to this front side of this hill, and probably walking away with 4s.
Yeah,
So,
I think, from the drop zone, it's a shot you have to think about, especially with the wind, but I think when you lay up, you do bring a 5 into play. If you go for it off the tee, really at worst you should be getting a 4.
yeah, you have to do something pretty dumb
Yeah.
to take anything more than that. Chris is having a laugh. He has a very sound mental game, so he knows that this is just a hiccup in his tournament play, and he's gonna refocus and get going. It's a testament to how many tournaments he's won, winning the Pro Tour championships last year, that you have to be very sound mentally to be able to battle a bummer of a hole like this, to take a triple bogey.
Yeah. And we're not getting any easier here with hole 17. It's a par 4, 806 feet. Today, I think the wind was kind of left to right headwind, so it was very, very, very tough. This is probably one of the harder holes on the course. It was playing a stroke over par. So a par here is really all you're hoping for.
Absolutely. At this point, I just said, I'm going to par out the last 2 holes, so I took a Lucid X Felon and just chipped my way around. So it's one of those things is you can play these holes very smart and walk away with a great score on calm days, on good days, without having to do too much. When we dissect, it's only 800 feet. You can throw 250 a couple times and you're in business.
Yeah.
This one, get back in bounds. I think it
might
did.
have.
That's a good break for
This
Austin
hole
again.
for Jamie is going to play super hard.
Yeah.
Once that disc is going right, as you can see, it's just going to keep going that way.
Dang it, man. I mean, he has advanced way up there, but it's going to be still a very difficult par, and likely Likely
That
he's
looks
taken a
really
bogey.
good. The wind just kind of held it. If you have that low, Chris Dickerson, James Conrad flex shot, it's perfect for this hole. And Austin's going to throw a big forehand, try to use the wind to carry him, and
Yeah.
it just
Got
flipped it.
slammed. It's still in bounds over there. You'll be looking at the basket. So I did watch probably one of the best disc golf shots I have maybe ever seen on this hole. Logan Bowers throws a great sidearm into the fairway, and then he throws low over top of the green, misses both of the board sides, and gets the flare. It was impressive. I can't tell you that enough. Jam the putt for his 3 in this wind to go sidearm, let's go birdie. It just was amazing.
Birdie,
So big
especially
shout out.
today, feels really good on this hole.
Yeah,
I feel like this hole's a lot harder than it used to play.
absolutely. Chris giving somebody some allergies, knocking some pollen off that tree. It's a textbook
That'll do.
play from Austin, taking advantage of the kick back in bounds, just saying, all right, you didn't, I'm going to get my par and move on.
He's been all around the basket with those jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
Eagle leaving it short there.
Do a barrel roll.
Seems like Eagle's having fun out there today. He's not letting the wind get to him.
Yeah, and I was checking UDisc and laughing because seeing what he was putting up, and nobody was even close.
Yeah.
Nobody was close.
So I think I read, spoiler alert, that there was 8 people under par
That's
out of
incredible.
140 people in our field today. So I can tell you how hard it was playing.
That's nuts.
We got hole 18 here, par 4, 673 feet. This was playing with a pretty good tailwind, so I think that once you survive 17, you can kind of attack for your birdie on 18.
The layup play actually was very appetizing in this wind right now. You could just throw it up to that little spot, throw a nice easy hyzer, which we're probably going to see from Chris Dickerson. That is a putter turnover. This is
Sit down.
Stop. Such a difficult shot to execute, and he almost pulled it off to perfection. I think the sidearm play works really good for it because you can take
Lay
something
down.
nice and
Ooh,
overstable and just
that's
dig
perfect.
right there.
Yeah. And Jamie, being a strictly backhand player, he's going for the
Oh, big.
long way because, really the only shot if you throw the layup shot is kind of a forehand for a lefty over that water. And Eagle might be going big here.
Very big.
He's lining something up.
He's got some strokes to play with, and at worst case, he's going to the drop zone, but he is going.
Is he breaking
it.
some clouds here or what?
Yeah, that cloud is broken that he just threw it to.
Go.
Be good for him.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a big shot.
Oh, and he's OB.
No way.
Wow.
It was good.
Yeah, I mean he's bitten off a ton. Well, no, I guess he has to take it from the drop.
Yeah, anything
Wow.
OB.
That's
and
tough. That's a good shot.
So good.
You can see how he reacted. He was very positive. He was okay with it. He knows he's having a good round, so that's a really important key to playing out here in this wind at a course like this where OB strokes can add up, is just being positive and making your round as stress-free as possible.
like what can you do? Fight the wind?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Exactly.
All you got to do is just throw your shots, or you can battle the wind. But like fighting and being upset by what's happening with your discs is a lose-lose situation.
It's going
Come on,
hyzer.
Jamie.
So the
Be
wind's
good
kind of
for
pushing
him.
him down, which kind of helps the shot, and that's perfect if it
Well
stops
done,
rolling.
man.
Yeah, that's well done. It's not an easy shot to throw. Chris laying up there looked like it was upside down, just kind of scooting it up there.
Just icing the puck. It's really good play.
Yeah, I like to do that, and especially in heavy wind.
Mm-hmm. Good par to finish out.
So
No,
well
that was
done.
a birdie.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
a birdie for Austin.
It's a good
'cause
finish.
He had the good layup.
Finish on a high note.
Yeah. And he is going to be... We have 4 of the few players that are actually under par for the tournament.
Yeah. It's very impressive. As I said earlier, everybody was playing over par today. You know, sometimes bogeys didn't feel bad at all.
Not at all.
So they did real well. Eagle just killed it.
So yeah, you guys got to see the hot round of the day. Eagle McMahon shooting an 8 under par, 1077 right now. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's close to 1100, but we'll let all the propagators come in and see what the official rating will be. But Chris Dickerson at 7 under, Austin Hannum at 1, Jamie Espinoza also at 1 under par. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to Back 9 Round 2 coverage of the Dynamic Disc Glass Blown Open presented by Latitude 64. We were stoked to have you. Be sure to go like the Dynamic Disc channel, subscribe, ring that bell so you guys can get notifications every time they post something. Be dynamic.